Hey everybody, it's Mike on here, still targeted. Most recent attack wasn't physical on my life. Wasn't physical, it's mental. It physically can affect you though. So how they physically affected me over the years, this one's going to be called straining your finances. That's what they've done. I have, $145 over from the Square point of sale system that these idiots refuse to. They're refusing me my right to transact, buy or sell. And this is, I'm telling you that this is a precursor for later down the road. They're going to do it in all major countries. They're going to restrict access. They're going to control who can buy and sell and trade. They're going to restrict, and they're going to, who they're going to target? In my belief, they're going to target Christians. That's who they're primarily targeting. They hate the light of Jesus. They hate the light of God. They hate anything to do with Christianity. That's why they mock it. That's why they make fun of it. So, like I said, I got another couple hundred. I got to go situate real quick in another 40, but that is the basis of it. Really, the foundation, the core of what organized stalking is. It's a torture program. They use remote neural monitoring. People have been talking about reading RAM, reading active memory, them injecting thoughts into your brain. Yes, it's possible. I believe it is, and it is. Directed energy weapons are used to beam the target, heat the target up, cook the target like they're in a microwave oven, to destroy their mind, to destroy their body parts, their organs from the inside out, and literally cook them. It's a slow kill. It's a slow kill program. So they've been murdering me since 93. It's now 2025, going on to 20. So from about 93 to about 2026, I've been slowly killed, drugged, medicated, attempted rape, attempted shot, attempted stabbings, death threats made over the phone. People still refuse to pull up. I give Chief Handler and other idiots like that addresses. They refuse to pull up. I've dealt with this, like I said, life sentence since well underway since 1993, and now it's almost 2026. I've been put in classes I didn't need to be put in. I graduated high school early. I cheated on the test, and I basically gamed the system. I've been targeted for a very long time. I'm not proud of everything I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that, but I have not done anything to warrant 30-something years of abuse and torture, slow kill. And that's where the term that you guys, we've coined, a lot of targets have coined this the death by 1,000 cuts. Yes, they basically are betting on the fact that one day you'll just fall out and die. It's kind of like you're walking down the street and you just kind of fall headfirst into a roundabout. Whatever it is, they don't care. They just know that they want to take targets all the way down, and they'll target your family. They will go after. I've had mysterious deaths in my family. I've had things happen. I'm probably never going to be able to get married or dating. I'm probably out of that game altogether, because the targeters, they get to everybody you know. They've gotten to my mom, my dad, my grandma's dead. The other grandma tried to kill me with glass in my food. They basically tried to slit my throat using stir fry. So they traumatized me from stir fry. They tried to sensitize me if I were to survive. And then they played dumb. Oh, what do you mean you got glass in your food? What do you mean? I'm like, I've got glass. I've got a little shard of glass like this, shaped like a little triangle like that. Now, I picked it. I got out of the shower, cooked some stir fry, took it out, and I'm like, you know what? Felt the texture of some weird shit in my mouth. I fucking pulled this piece of glass out of my mouth, dude. before I had a chance to cut my throat, before I had a chance to cut my tongue. Like this is a miracle. You're looking at someone that their own family member tried to slit my throat and tried to use my food against me. I mean, that is the severity and the intensity of this. That is the all-out. Now the new scam is with these corporations. Square, so you know the Square, that's who I'm referring to. The Square point of sale system is absolutely refusing to issue my money. They blocked me. I'm banned from Huntington Bank. I'm banned from all W-2 employment. And basically I'm self-employed, so life is good. Life is still great. I'm climbing through the ranks on Google. These idiots are only going to watch me, do more and more. So they're really, man, they're just doing all this targeting for no reason. Just so they can watch me and use stupid first responders and idiots that drive fucking like this retard right here, look. Fucking dumbass. And his ambulance. And this is all used to tie the victim. They've got to brainwash, they've got to literally vegetabilize the victim. They've got to turn the victim's brain into silly putty, into mush. The best that they can. The best that they can. Now, if they can't do that and they can't control the mind of the victim, they're going to just torture and abuse the victim. That's all they have left. Just torture and abuse, murder, over and over and over and over and over and over again. Slow kill and eradication of the bloodline, as some call it. Taking out the bloodline. That is what these guys do. That is what they do. And they think I'm afraid of them. But they're a bunch of coward motherfuckers that, you know what? They only come out to play at night, and they only come out to play on my blind spots. So that's you see the problem with this right here. This camera's been fucked, but that's not the only thing. The windshield's been fucked too. That's not the only thing. The blower motor's been fucked too. That's not the only thing. The camera is a 180-degree camera. It's pet friendly. Pet friendly. It looks like a fucking billionaire Egyptian bitch. She's a billionaire handler, and if they do, so if you are a target and you are dating anybody, they're most definitely either going to be a perp or they're going to be a handler. They're going to be a perp or they're going to be a handler. They got to get a grip. They got to get a grip on a free thinker. They got to put a lock on someone's brain to try to control them. They control your thoughts. They control your feelings. That's why they're trying to inject R&M data. That's why I'm reading active memory. And they're trying to destroy my mind so they can try to destroy my thoughts and destroy, my next plan of action. Literally. Every plan of action is mapped out by the perps. I want you to try something. I made a video. It sounded stupid, so I deleted it. But if you type in townofmooley.org.com or .net, I forget what the last part of that domain is. But anyway, if you do that, you type it in backwards. It'll take you straight, and I do mean straight, to the NSA's website. Still to this day, I found that out 16 years ago. Actually, when I found that out 16 years ago from this guy named Charlie, I'm not going to say Charlie who, but from Charlie went insane. They all called him schizo and all this and that. The guy got, basically he basically lost it, but he had told me this shit. And it makes you think, man, were they driving him nuts? Were they driving this guy insane and just calling him schizophrenic? Because the stuff he was telling me ended up coming true. With the P. Diddy scandal and all that. This guy was telling me, this guy's like 4'5". I mean, this guy's like 5 something, 4 foot something. He's very short. But he was telling me that, basically, he was telling me that, what was it? P. Diddy and his crew were after him. They were chasing him, hunting him down. P. Diddy. And we would be smoking weed and be like, hey man, I just saw Diddy. Did you see him? We would fuck with this guy. Hey, you know, I'd hit the blind and be like, yeah, I mean, I just saw Diddy over there. Did you see him? He's like, come on, dude. He's like, Diddy and his crew are real bad. He's like, they're after me. I'm like, dude, Pete Diddy is not after you. Where is your proof that Pete Diddy is chasing you? Oh, you know, it's so trippy. That ended up all coming true. Illuminati spelled backwards, Etanamuli, takes you straight to the NSA website. Again, it's .net, .org, or whatever the fuck. .net, .org, or .com. So, I found that out. I found out about the P. Diddy shit. Found out about the Illuminati shit. I started meditating at age 16. I awakened my third eye at age 21. Opened a business at age 21, my first notary business, and ranked at #1 overnight, which proves you don't need fucking backlinks to rank local websites with local SEO service or whatever type of business you rank locally. I followed NAB, name, address, phone. It's just been an ongoing torture surveillance program. It's been a remote neural monitoring program. It's been an isolation program. It's been an infiltration program where they contact people and they create a bunch of lies, you know, or they threaten people. I think they've bribed my family members, but I don't think they had to bribe them or they promised them freedom, depending. Sometimes they want to empower certain people. Sometimes they just want to humiliate people and be like, hey, we'll leave you alone. We'll let you to continue to make money and have your job or your business if you just, you know, if you just harass Mike. Every time he talks to you, we need you to lie to him. We need you to gaslight him. We need you to participate with the torture. They want to vegetabilize my brain. I think I've experienced brain damage from the past 32 years straight of nonstop abuse, gaslighting, lying, torture, slander, covert druggings, break-ins, theft. I had them come in one time and just rub the mirror, just leave their, you know, they didn't steal anything, just rub the mirror, just rub their fingerprints all over the mirror to let me know that they were there. I had him play another joke where I went in my room and I was gone for a few hours, went back to my hotel room to try to dodge the perps. And next thing you know, man, that there is shaving cream all over the counter. So they had gone in, they had basically broken in my room. I don't know, and they'll use the staff too as puppets. I don't know if they broke in or how they got in, or if they used the staff to weasel their way in, but they got in and just sprayed my Barbasol everywhere. Stupid, man. This shit is stupid. I mean, some of it is just to let you know, here we are, we're fucking with you. How do you like it? They grab your toilet paper and throw it all over the place. They've messed with every car I've had. Last car, they finally didn't like the last YouTube video I made, so they cut this is what I think. They cut my brake line. They didn't like it so much. They don't like it at all, man. They hate these videos. They hate them. That's why I make them. Because these guys need something. There's something that they're getting from this. They're bonding from the torture via testing, research, and development. They're trying to, like other TIs have said, they're verifying their technology is working. The NSA directed energy weapon technology. When me and my targeted friend were both in a hotel together, separate rooms, they were heating us up. He was talking about the sensation of being heated up with microwave weapon, wireless weapon, because that's the future. That's the future of killing someone. They'll just do it wirelessly. Just abuse their life, do it with radiation. Do it with emissions. Do it with transmissions. By the way, if they're transmitting and they're connecting, they're committing a felony. So they're committing felonies every day. This is 24/7 felonies being committed every day. And, they'll use police, they'll use law enforcement, I've met a few contractors that confronted me. I had one of them tell me to go to the lodge, man. Just give it up. Pretty much, just surrender. I actually verbatim had another guy who was not a contractor. He was a good old worker bee, a W-2 man, over at the Community North Hospital Health Network, named David. Again, this guy's like 5'8", 5'5", short guy. Real short. He's wearing a visor. He looks like a douchebag because of COVID, and he's one of those guys that wears a mask everywhere he goes and carries his Happy Meal with him. And so he said something along the lines of, so you ranked on Google, right? He said, well, that makes you a corporate psychopath. He said, I would just hand it over now, give it up, get out of business. He's like, I would just get on disability because that's going to be your life. And then I had my perp grandmother, who is now about 70 years old. At the time, she's about 67, 65. I don't know, but around that age. And I had her go on to say, Mike, I got something to tell you. Okay. All right, sure. Tell me. Shoot. Oh, I got to do, I don't remember what you're talking. And last minute, she'd get a phone call that would interrupt the conversation. Or she'd say, oh, yeah, I forgot what I was going to tell you. Sorry. So you're getting me ready. You're going to tell me why you're perping. But then she would look at me and she would sometimes cry because this little old lady is being targeted. They're spamming her phone and sending porno through her Facebook. They're getting these like fake accounts to send porno through her Facebook message and, to scare her, to threaten her. They're giving these people cars they can't afford. Their credit sucks. They owe money. They got to fuck for their rent. Literally. They have other people fuck and then pay the remainder of their rent. The whole time they're on disability, she's on disability trying to tell me to get on fucking disability. And then she finally handed a big thick stack of paperwork, of disability paperwork, and finally threw it on the ground and said, if you're not disabled yet, she's like, with the help of me and the rest of the community, we're gonna work together to disable you. And I'm just sitting there like scratching my eyes, like she did not just say that. This is an alternate timeline. There's no way. I went from being what she used to call me, her number one grandson when I was a kid, to putting glass in my food, covertly drugging me. They had a pie out that they wouldn't eat. And I thought it was weird. And I mentioned it to her. I said, so why is nobody else? I let it sit there for a while. I finally came out. I said, so why is nobody going to eat that? She said, oh, that's for you. Oh, that's something special right there. That's for you. Another time, the honeypot perp handler girlfriend laced my food with tree nuts on my birthday, forcing me to almost have to seize up, almost die on my birthday, and go to the hospital. Thankfully, I had Benadryl in the cabinet. I took about 5 or 6 of those motherfuckers and went to sleep. So this is murder. If I didn't have Benadryl, I didn't have a car, I would have been murdered. And it would have just taken about maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I'd been dead. Happy birthday, death wish. So I said, Kristen, who the fuck made this cake? She said, oh, my daughter, Kiona, because that's her name. And I also want to put this out there. Filipino women treat their men like shit. So if at least I was. Now, I'm a white man. I'm not racist. But her and her family, there are whole families. And so my brother was in the Army. And there's a little bit of a connection with I think with governmental ties on some of this. Some of this is irrelevant because they've targeted all personalities, all archetypes. They've targeted everybody. But then her stepdad, this girlfriend that I was with, was perping on me too. and this guy was in the Navy, but but now he's a truck driving narcissist. And he would tell me, Mark, you know what you need to do, man. This and that, this and that. He's this black dude. You know what you're doing wrong, man. You fucking up. And they were gaslighting me the whole time. You fucking up. You doing this. Years ago, when her mom and this guy had met, he had tried to take a shot at this chick, and who knows if she took it, because I think she's a hoe. She's a control freak narcissist. That's what narcissists do. That's what they do. So it's an ugly situation. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. God dang, I gotta go though. I wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully you are able to stay prosperous and hopefully self-employed. With that, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye.